Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Providence College with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 515 for Comics originally releasing July the 3rd, 2019. Before Drew and I get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday. Drew, what do we got going on in the world of comics?
We got a little feedback. Not the best feedback. I am seriously offended by Kyle's hate speech toward gingers on episode 513. Psylords does not look like the best comic out there, but to cast it aside on a weird redhead hipster, quote-unquote, basis is unacceptable. I have been triggered. I would like to see a complete retraction of all comments. I feel there needs to be more comics and characters in general with red facial hair. Ever since the loss of Abraham on The Walking Dead, there has been a void of ginger heroes. We may not have souls, but we still have feelings. Your friend, red-faced and red-haired, Brian Poland. Poland or Pollen?
I have angered the Irish community, and I apologize. But man, the red-headed hipster on Psylords, it's the most punchable face I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can't just do that. Just because you can't cast a whole aspersions at an entire genre of people.
I mean, it is 2019, and you tend to get in trouble for a lot of that thing. But for some odd reason, I have this weird feeling that the redheaded community is one that I don't think people would look down on me if I had to.
But is you do know my daughter,
Yeah.
your niece is a ginger.
Also, you were for many, many a year.
Yeah, really harsh.
Also, I have a child with a copper-headed hair.
So you're allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Yes, exactly.
I get you have a card, a pass. That's awesome.
But Brian, I do apologize, sir. I cast a very
I'm sorry
wide
you don't have
net.
a soul.
Yeah. And I will do my best next time to both root for the red-headed characters, which I'm trying to think of any other than the one Green Lantern. Can't really think of too many. I don't really care about Starfire because it's not really real. Jean Grey, but no.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few that'll come to you. Sometimes Batgirl has red hair, doesn't she?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Isn't Rorschach a tiny little redhead underneath that hood?
Well, I think in the movie for sure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I'm sure there's tons.
But definitely lacking in there, so not to pile on from me anymore.
Yeah, Harley sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got plenty of good ones to choose from. Let's shoot over to the old FOC. This is hot off the press. Eric was working on it while we were doing the intro. Mm-hmm. So we just got this one hot off the press. We appreciate his effort and diligence to make it in time for to make our show. So was he able to send an email as well?
The email just went through, but I'm still using the direct link he sent us. So working overtime to hook us up, so we thank him very much for that.
What did he probably didn't get a chance to highlight anything?
Oh crap, that's right. I didn't. Let me.
Oh, he did. He featured. Do you want to do it?
If you give me 12 seconds.
12 seconds. Let's go back to your hatred of gingers.
All right, we're here. Okay, we've got Alien Rescue, #1 from Dark Horse Comics. Brian Wood, with a really cool Roberto de la Torre cover on that one. Pretty rad looking. Batman, Curse of the White Knight, #1. We got Sean Murphy back with another version of the White Knight series that he did so well not too long ago, about a year ago.
Excited about that. That's a good one, yeah.
House of X, #1 from Marvel. Jonathan Hickman with Pepe Larraz on art on that one.
Excited about that?
There you go. And more of the facsimile editions, Drew. X-Men 137.
Which is the first appearance of who?
Phoenix Must Die, so I'm...
Oh, Death of... Okay.
I don't know if Death of Jean Grey or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So a very cool one there.
Nice.
I can't remember if that's the comic that they talked about in Stranger Things or not.
That I don't remember.
It might have been the first appearance of Phoenix. Yeah, Death of Dark Phoenix was what that was, or Death of Phoenix. All right, so while we're in the FOC, we've of course FOC is our last opportunity, our final order cutoff, the last chance to add a few things to our order, subtract a few things out of our order special specific FOC things, or perhaps even see art a little bit before it actually releases. So this has been very handy for speculators and others nonetheless in the market to just kind of get another bite at the apple, another look, or another ability to add to things that we've read in the last couple weeks, so we want to make sure we snag the next one. So Drew and myself like to meander through it and see if there's anything else we'd like to add. So Drew, let's start at the top of the list for our FOC, which has been wonderfully curated by Cowabunga Comics. Link in the show notes if you'd like a copy of this as well.
Yeah, it looks like this is stuff a little less than a month out. We're looking at 7/24 releases mostly. And the StarCraft Survivors #1 looks like a pretty cool Jody Hauser book.
Yeah.
I like her work. I'm assuming it's her, but I don't know. Jody can go either way. Based on StarCraft, the video game from Blizzard, and probably not the first StarCraft comic. So.
Yeah, well, I don't believe it's the first StarCraft comic at all.
So I like Jody Hauser, so I'm interested from that angle. Less so for spec value.
There you go.
Of course, I do agree with the Batman Curse of the White Knight. I love that first one from Murphy. I always say Ryan Murphy. It's Sean Gordon Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
Yeah.
So we're down in DC already? Okay.
There's like 4 things up there.
I'm just checking.
4 exactly 4 things.
All right, it was just a question.
2 of them were the same title.
There's another #1.
Were you going to hop on Aliens? Were you going to talk about Aliens? Did I tromp over your Aliens?
I mean, find out the fate of Amanda Ripley and the Aliens Resurrection crew.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that's great.
Written by Brian Wood.
Oh yeah, listeners just on the seat of their pants.
Face to face with the past.
Yeah, fantastic. Can we go to DC now?
Xenomorphs. All right, yeah, moving on.
Where was I?
I don't know. You skipped
Batman Curse of the White Knight. Fantastic. Excited about that. And Batman Last Night on Earth, #2. That first one was great. So I'm super psyched about the second one.
There you go. Really cool Azrael cover on the cover B, although I'm still recommending cover A on those. Action Comics, we have Leviathan. I think, I don't know, and is that Lex Luthor on the front cover there? I can't remember who's on the front cover of this. Year of the Villains.
Which one are we looking at?
We're looking at Action Comics 1013, cardstock Year of the Villains variant.
That is, yeah, that's Lex.
Well, that's what I thought.
And on the cover of that Flash 75, for Captain Cold fans, it's a nice up close and personal look at him in a cardstock cover.
Yeah, but we're gonna start getting into, I believe, all the other cardstock variants when we get into the actual sneak peek as well. So we'll get to checking those out here soon.
Yeah.
So not too late to order the back end of those if you really like what you see, or think you'll like what you see.
Jury's still out on whether those cardstocks are going to be sought after. This is going to be the last chance to do pre-orders?
Yeah, and they're all going to have to be sight unseen because this is going to be due Wednesday, and the first ones are going to hit shelves the day after, or the Wednesday after, technically.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, interesting. So yeah, I just don't know. Heard that Scooby-Doo team up will be ending soon. I think it ends with 50. So that's 49. So that's penultimate.
Yeah. Of course, the highlight for that book was the Harley Quinn super sought after cover on that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You don't remember that? People were saying
No, I don't.
One of the lower printed Harley books because, only sold about 10, 11,000 and it had a Harley cover.
Huh.
So there was some scuttlebutt at one point in time. Wonder Woman cardstock variant. Jenny Frison with the really cool cheetah cover. All right, anything else in DC, sir?
No.
Let's head on down to IDW.
Now, this Canto was quietly rushed to a second print. I missed the boat on this completely.
Looks like we have a different cover on the second print, too.
Yeah. And then number 2, I don't know. This one completely slipped below my radar, so I am not sure what the deal is. But very quickly went to a second print.
Yeah, there you go.
IDW is not one to usually rush those for publicity purposes, so much legit demand for that.
There you go. More weird Marvel properties from IDW.
A Star Pig -- 1 from Delilah Dawson with art by Francesco Gaston.
Okay, that is a weird name, a weird cover, a weird color. Everything about this book is wackadoo.
Yeah. The spacefaring water bear.
Yep.
That's weird. Very weird.
Anything else in IDW?
TMNT has Rise of the TMNT Sound Off #1.
It's based on the Garbage Wise Raphael 19-foot tall current Nickelodeon incantation of the Turtles, so it's garbage.
Which we shall not mention.
Yes,
it's
it shall.
Awful.
Yes.
Hurts your feelings.
Correct. All right, let's see what we have from IDW. A 4th print of Little Bird #1. I like that.
Image, you mean?
Sorry, what did I say?
IDW.
Sorry, Image Comics.
Yep. And there's Farmhand #10. And if you read Farmhand #9, you know my letter's in the back.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. So that's instantly a collectible
I was
item.
going to say, run out, get one. Dig
I
through
can't
your
find
quarter
it, so.
bins and find Drew's name.
Yeah, I need to pick up another physical copy of that one.
All right, down to Marvel, Drew.
Well, what's Amazing up to? We had a lot of fun with the 100 storyline. Enjoyed that a bit. Looks like we got Boomerang back and a Superior Foes reunion. We love Nick Spencer's Superior Foes.
We did.
And looks like we got a lot of them back together on the cover. So I'm excited. I love that stuff.
There you go. Fearless #1. The fiercest ladies of the Marvel Universe on and off the page. Straight off her silver screen debut, Captain Marvel takes the world by storm. And speaking of weathers, Storm of the X-Men faces a problem only a goddess could solve. And the Invisible Woman, and you've got an unstoppable trio in a story by Hugo-nominated novelist and Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider writer Sienna McGuire. So it sounds like we have 3 independent girl stories woven into one book.
There's this History of the Marvel Universe #1 by Mark Waid and Steve McNevin doing the cover, which is a beautiful cover, but this probably is something that it's going to just be jam-packed full of reference touchstones, and I'm not going to be able to you're not going to be able to follow like a story. I'm guessing. Maybe, but it's a 6-issue history of the Marvel Universe. I don't know how they can fit all that in 6 issues, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Mark Waid's good, but I don't know. House of X looks like there's a lot of love for House of X.
I didn't keep up much on those, unfortunately. Looks like we got a little movement on some. We'll see if there's any movement on the old Superior Foes, but not a ton. We've got a couple sales, but not too much.
Yeah, people don't love them like we do, I guess.
No, but I just wasn't sure if like this tie-in, maybe after this one hits and people read it, maybe it'll spike it a little bit.
I don't know. They've had it on a couple opportunities. Marvel Tales Hulk, #1. It's a Peter David thing. Got a little Stan Lee action in there. Must be reprint material, I'm guessing. We have Marvel's Epilogue #1. It's a Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross joint. Did you read Marvel's, the original graphic novel written by Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross?
No.
Because I missed out on that completely.
Yeah.
I heard it was pretty brilliant. So this is like the sequel to that.
Very cool. Swordmaster #1 from Marvel. Greg Pak, who I like. Mighty Marvel Martial Arts Double Trouble, all new ongoing series. So this is a guy from War of the Realms. Looks very much like a character from a Nintendo, Dragon Quest game or something.
Yeah. Fresh out of War of the Realms, we've got Valkyrie, Jane Foster Valkyrie, #1. It's Jason Aaron and Al Ewing doing the writing. That's pretty good. Arts by Cafu with the covers by Mahmoud Asrar, and I hate his interpretation of Jane Foster. It doesn't look anything like Jane Foster to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't read War of the Realms, so maybe she's been altered there. And this is what she looks like now. I'm not happy about that. I mean, I guess she doesn't need to look like she has cancer all the time, but I don't know.
More Carnage, Web of Venom, Funeral Pyre. So.
Yeah, so.
Cool looking cover on that one's the reason I gravitated towards it.
Yeah, that X-Men 137 facsimile is the end of the Dark Phoenix saga. And Ultimate Sacrifice, so yeah, I'm guessing she dies in that issue.
Yeah, it's the death of Phoenix / Jean Grey for a while.
Not an X-Men person, so I don't know a lot of that stuff.
I'm not currently an X-Men person, but I remember most of that stuff. Alright. That's it for Marvel. We'll see if Boom's got anything for us. Yeah, it doesn't.
And all the rest. You reading Dark Red from...
I'm 2 behind. I read through 3 and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I think that's where I am. Really good stuff.
I like Seeley, though, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, and I don't, so...
There you go.
I still like it. Yeah, not much else in the back half, I don't think. I don't think I want Archie versus Predator 2. I barely got through that first issue of the first volume. So, no.
Needed a bite at the apple there is Psylords #2. We continue to crank out multiple covers on this thing.
Yeah. So nothing I gotta have this week. How about you?
Honestly, no. I'm pretty good with my order.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is nice. You don't need to order stuff every week.
Yep. All right, let's head on into anything else. You got anything else before we jump into the?
Oh, I do have the cover price top 10 for the week of 6/28. Since we did miss last week, we've been out of the game for a little bit to see how much this changed. At the top of the list is Silver Surfer Black #1, the second print variant. This is sold 89.
The second
issues.
print variant. I went with cover A, and dang it.
You did get the second print?
No, I got the first print.
You went with the first print. Okay. Yeah, this is the second print. And it sold 89 copies for an average of around $24. So a nice return. The issue 1 in 25 variant sold 45 copies for an average of around $11. So the second print's way more than the first print 1 in 25,
Yeah,
which
even
is
the 1 in 25. Dang it.
which is terrible for a 1 in 25 ratio, really.
Yeah.
$11 stinks.
Yeah.
So there must be a ton of these out there. Oblivion Song #1. It's hot because Robert Kirkman's optioned this.
Yeah, let's put hot in quotation marks because.
Yeah, it's not super hot. It's hot-ish. Sold 32 copies this week, around $5.
I think I have this United States of Murder Incorporated sitting around.
Yep. The original or this the redo?
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's. Well, I don't know.
I think this is the original one from Icon, not the one that's in the relaunch.
Gotcha.
So you might have it though. I mean, sold 17 this week for about $10 a piece. If you read Pearl in the letters pages, he talked about this being optioned for some kind of TV or movie. The Boys #1 sold 25 copies this week, average of around $54. There's a trailer that's brought strong interest back to the book.
Yeah, it's a very rated R superhero tale. Trailer.
Yeah.
I like the trailer.
Yeah. We have Walking Dead 191, where Rick got shot.
Spoilers.
Spoiler, he doesn't get better. Sold 41 copies, an average of $15. There's another Oblivion Song, the #1 with the pink signature variant. A little harder to find. It's selling for $25. About 26 of those sold. We have Walking Dead 192, where Rick is actually dead. Those are selling for double cover. About 36 of those sold this week. That seems a little cool to me. But they've already got some 9/8s coming back, and they're selling for $90, so that ain't bad. We saw a reappearance of Omega Man #3, the first appearance of Lobo. This rears its ugly head every once in a while. 35 of these sold this week for $37 a pop. And we've got another appearance by Eternals. Eternals #1. The key issue for that movie that's coming out, but you can still get them for $75 a piece, and 27 people did this week. So,
This has been on that list for a couple months now.
yeah. And then we've heard Keanu Reeves has been bandied about as an MCU actor, and depending on what title he is selected for, Kyle, who did you hear?
Come on, Moon Knight.
We've heard Moon Knight, which would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I've heard Silver Surfer.
Oh wow.
Be kind of interesting. And I've heard he's going to be cast in the Eternals as well.
Yeah, I heard that as well too.
So, Moon Knight would be the best for me.
Yeah.
That would be my sweet spot right there. I would love that. So that would put my favorite character, on the map for a little while at least. Too bad I sold most of my stuff.
Still make you happy though.
Still make me happy, exactly. But yeah, that's it for the top 10 and the hot stuff. So let's slide on over to the sneak peek.
All right, let's head over to previewsworld.com by July 3rd, 2019. Of course, the first of a 5-week release calendar for comics on that. So there will be 5 weeks of releases. Sometimes that leads us to a scant week, and sometimes we have 5 chock-full weeks in a given month. So.
Plus, we have San Diego this
Plus,
month.
we have San Diego.
So it'll probably be front-loaded and then peter off to nothing.
Yep, that's how it normally works. So let's start where we always start, in Image.
Analog's back. Good to hear. I'm a big fan now. They're not being so at the beginning, but this is a new story arc. So I'm glad it's back. Hard to believe we got crowded for another story arc too. I thought that was kind of wrapped up, but I guess not. Man Eaters is getting close to the end. I think it's going to try to get to 12. They said they're not selling very much, and they're not going to be able to do another volume, but they're going to get to 12 no matter what the loss is.
That's good.
Yeah, it's sad, but they have to do it that way.
Yeah.
But whatever. The return of Postal. I'm a big fan of that, of course. And I thought it had tied up really, really well in its story when its story ended on issue 25, and then it had a couple of one-shots to wrap up any loose ends. Now it's back.
We're back again, yeah.
We'll see. Back for more cash, I guess.
Classic Top Cow.
Yeah.
Sea of Stars, #1, Drew, from Jason Aaron and Dennis Hallam.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a heavy hitter.
Big book. I think I ordered a few of these. So
Yeah, and I probably ordered a few Space Bandits as well. Mark Millar and Matteo Scalera.
Mm-hmm.
So Matteo Scalera is off of... he's doing Black Science, so I don't know how he's doing this too. This Black Science is on a hiatus, maybe?
Yeah.
That also looks good. A lot of Millar lately.
Yeah. Sean Lewis on Thumbs, #1, going back for a second print. #2 also out this week.
There's our Walking Dead 192 special commemorative edition.
Yeah.
That Kyle has poo-pooed.
I'm simply saying, by not calling this a second print, and calling it a commemorative edition, I don't see why they can't just print 1 million.
Offered again, you think?
Yep.
I didn't get that many. Well, you've talked me off the ledge, so I think I got 1 or 2.
Yeah. And of course I'm sticking with Walking Dead, 193 coming out. Drew, did it up your order levels anymore, or you back down to 1 and still?
193 193 I think I was up a little bit. 194 I dropped back down to 1.
There you go.
And now they'll probably kill off everyone else.
There you go. Dark Horse.
Well, there's something called No One Left to Fight.
Looks weird.
It's an Aubrey Sitterson. I think you liked the look of this.
Nope, I hated it.
You didn't.
Yeah.
I thought you liked it. Okay.
I might have, actually. I'm just kidding.
It was like a Dragon Ball Z looked.
Yeah, we got a lot of pink hair, blue hair, green hair.
Yeah. Street Fighter-y look to it.
Yeah.
More Black Hammer. They are milking Black Hammer. There's an Encyclopedia one-shot. There's Age of Doom issue this week. I really liked it when it was just one book. And now I can't keep up. Kyle just died.
Yep, I'll be alright. Heading on down to IDW.
Both Amber Blake number 2 and 3 went to a second printing. Read this, finished it up with this fourth issue. Really good. Could see this being either a nice movie or rolling into an ongoing series. It could work both ways. Really like to see this cinematically. I think it really lends itself to that. And well done. Well done, 4 issues.
Down to DC.
Nice to see Deceased go to a second print.
Yeah, very cool. The horror variant, of course. That is from the movie The Nun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had to ask some people on that one. I like that Deathstroke cardstock cover. That's going to be a good looking one. I'm going towards get all of these. That's
I am too, man. I know that what I'm going to be doing. Oh god, look at that Harley Quinn cardstock. When these start rolling in as 10.0s,
Cho.
and they're gonna be selling for $100.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be kicking myself because I did not go all in on them. And I'm going to the shop on Wednesday, and I'm going to touch all of these.
All of the card stocks.
Yes, I'll be taking them all out of the bags and playing with them to see how stiff the cardstock is.
Heyo.
And there's your Lois Lane you were excited about.
Yeah, Lois Lane number 1, 1 of 12. Greg Rucka writes a mighty fine female character. I am a fan of the way he writes. Some people are not, but I am. So I am on the train for Lois Lane.
Nice. The final Wildstorm. Final issue. Really fun stuff by Warren Ellis. Not a Wildstorm fan, didn't know much about it, but it was really accessible and I enjoyed it a lot. I'll read the next thing that they do.
Superman Up in the Sky number 1, of course, a reprint of the Walmart Giants.
I'm wondering how little that stuff sells. I don't know that there would be much interest in that from anyone. In fact, I think there'd be some antagonistic shops that wouldn't want it, even order it. I would think.
Down to Marvel, sir. Arrow! And of course, our good buddy Art Germ on that cover B. Man, it looks glorious.
But what is this? Who is
she came out of War of the Realms, yep. Yeah, we got a lot of weird anime characters out of War of the Realms.
So, how is this the first appearance then?
Huh?
So it's the get ready for the English language debut of the first appearance of Arrow. So in War of the Realms, was she talking in foreign language? I don't know. Help me out there, dear listener, if you know what's going on. But that Art Germ cover is nice. You're right.
We're going really manga on some of these, man. This one's pretty Eastern, and of course we just looked at the other one that looked like a Dragon Warrior hero, and got some weird people spinning out of this War of the Realms.
Yeah.
Good friend Roy Thomas being credited with writing on this. Captain America invades the Bahama Triangle number 1.
There's a New Mutants 98. You don't think you'll be able to get a Deadpool's first appearance? Get the next best thing. Get a facsimile for $3.99.
The one's worth getting the facsimile.
Yeah, that's a good one. another Star Wars. Finn from Age of Republic. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
No, that's not what it's called.
Yeah.
Is it? Is that what AOR is?
Whatever.
Doesn't sound right. And then we have a Target Vader
Age
number
of
1
Resistance.
in Star Wars. Another Age of Resistance. Then we have.
Yeah, I really like that reprint Carnage. True Believers.
Where's that at?
Carnage USA number 1, a reprint of Carnage USA from 2000.
Oh yeah.
Just a dope cover. If you like dope covers, pick it up. It's $1.
Yeah.
Heading down to
Good
Dynamite.
Red Sonja still with the dupe multiple covers. It's been a really fun series. Hope they don't mess this thing up, but I've really enjoyed it.
And let's head down and see if there's anything else we can find towards the back.
Man. Sometimes, like, publishers are just jam-packed full of great stuff, and then other publishers have nothing. The back half is looking kind of
Yeah,
thin.
and that happens sometimes on a 5th week or a 5-week month.
Yeah, you're right. Nasty Pills is from Amigo. Nasty Pills number 1. It was written by someone called Massacre. Art by Danny Sejas. And the art on the cover is by Massacre. It looks very, very noirish. Looks like the Hard Case Crime imprint kind of a cover, actually. It looks good. It's a $5 book, but I like the look of it a lot.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that Rags turned
noir. Yeah, this is something that could be a good one.
Test number 1 by Christopher Sabella from Vault Comics.
Yeah, it looks
An
good.
orphan, a human guinea pig undergoing medical tests for cash, a body hacker, a hardcore future junkie, and a corporate asset.
Yeah, that looks really good.
You don't do Uber. That's not your thing. Oh, those are $20 weird versions. Never mind.
Yeah, those are $20 weird versions. And no, I don't.
I didn't know if
do
that's how you
Uber
scratched
anymore.
your itch for that one book you liked or not. Yeah.
Crossed? No. It's a poor man's cross.
All right, speaking of poor man's crossed, Drew, this is the one podcast where I ask you what your pick of the week is. What is the one book to go to your local comic book shop? Make sure you pull it out of the mag, feel the card stock on it, see what it's like, and put it back in there because you're going to make some money off it. What do we got, brother?
I'm going to go with the commemorative edition of Walking Dead
The one you
192.
just talked about how low you were on it is now your pick of the week.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, it's not my pick of the week. I've come
Exceptional.
full circle.
And I will be saying Lois Lane, number 1, cover A. Even though Jenny Frison has done an amazing job on cover B, I like my cover A.
And what we're actually going to do is look back in a few weeks to months and determine that it should have been card stocks.
Yes,
all
but
along.
we are saying that. Spend the money. Go get your card stocks. There's what, 20
you
of
go
them
do that.
times
We're
$4
not going
piece.
to.
It's an $80 investment.
Is it $4 or $5?
$5 piece.
Yeah. What was
Lois
your pick
Lane,
again?
number 1, cover A. Yep, come on,
Cover
rock
A.
it right good. So, I want to thank you guys for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. Thank you for tagging along with us through our sneak peek at July 3rd, 2019. Head on over to comicsfunprofit.com. There you'll find links to Instagrams, Facebooks, Twitters, Gmails, and all of the other ways to get a hold of us. Please feel free to send us a note about something we missed this week. If there's something you looked forward to. If you got your hands on the cardstock variants and you want to tell us what to think, feel free to write in, be part of the podcast, and tell us what's going on. Or if you just agree with me that you're excited for Lois Lane #1 in the 12 issues that Rucka is going to write, drop a line and make sure we know that as well. So we thank you so much for joining us. For Drew and for myself, see ya.